Well, out there, YouTube land, I swear every time I look at that camera, it doesn't look like I'm even looking at it. It is off in Never Never Land. 2 or 3 people commented on, they wanted to know what that moisture meter was that I had. And so I had to go out and get it and bring it in. I'm going to try to do a quick thing to let you know on moisture meters what I know about them, which is basically nothing. I did a video, I'm guessing a year ago, on a bunch of moisture meters. I went out and bought 5 of them, maybe 6. I don't know how many I have. I have 4 here. I know I tried 2 down at Jeff's. He's got ones for high-end woodworking. And I think I tried a couple other people's, but I have 4 here now. And I'll show you what they are. And I'll show you what the one I have is. I went up and looked at it on the internet to see if I could find it, and I think it's discontinued. Come on, cat, get out of here. Discontinued. Quit rubbing on me. Go tell your mommy you want some food. Anyhow, go catch a mouse. Oh, I'm up to 71 mice, by the way. But anyhow, I think it's been discontinued. I cannot find it anywhere. If I go into the name of it, which I've already forgot the name of it, then the model number, that company still makes them, but they're making different ones now. There's a Stanley that looks almost identical to that one, so you might want to look at that. You know, it's a shot in the dark on what this daggone cat, get out of here. Anyhow, I'm going to show you what I got. Now, the worst thing I got, I guess I'm in that movie, I don't know. Where'd that cat go? There's that worthless cat over there. See it? Blends in with the floor. That's an abandoned cat that kind of took us on. It used to live in a Jeep, so its name is Jeep. We're on the pool table. I'm trying to get it halfway level, but I'm not going to do it. This is the one I got. Now, I'm fighting light here, so I'm doing the best I can. It's made by Calculated, is that in it? Industries? In, can't see where it says. Important, or is whatever. There it is right there. There's the top of it. If you want to read more, if I'm going too fast, just hit pause. It's model number, doesn't come in the camera. Well, I'll read it to you. It's model 7435, and it came with that. Here's the instruction sheet on it. I don't know if that calculates it or checks the calibration of it. I'm not sure. Here, I'll do that. I think you can get it all, and then you can read it if you want. Of course, I can't tell on the camera how good it is. Here's the back side of it, or front side of it. Here's the carrying case. It's pretty nice little. Pretty nice. It did have two extra little points, probes, whatever came with it, and it comes on. It tells the temperature. It seems like they all do. I know I did a video about a year ago on it. I can't find that video. I was looking for probably over an hour up there on the Confuser and couldn't find it. Here's another one I got when I went out and just bought a bunch of them. And that one's not too bad. This is the book on it here. It tells you what to do, what to do. I'm not going to go through all that if you're, because I can't see what you can see on the camera. The light is terrible in here tonight. I was going to put it on my easel like I've done before, but this stuff would just fall right off the easel and not be good. It tells you different ways of checking the wood. Now I've noticed that if you can see on this log, see here, I'm hoping that you can see that. You're checking it with a grain is going to give you a different reading than checking it 90 degrees to the grain, which I found that to be true. You don't really want to check it in the side or the ends. The reason I was checking it in the ends the other day because it was a fresh cut. If it had been, 24 hours later, it'd probably give you a different reading. In fact, I know it would, but I know that you get a different reading when you're testing it. Like if you're putting the probes in it, probing it this way against with the grains in line or going this way, it'll give you 2 different readings. And according to this book, which we just had and I can't find again, right there. According to this book, this way is wrong because I got an X. This way is right. First you split your piece of wood, then you put it in. I guess because if the water is like, if the grain or cells or whatever in this are like straws, if you're hitting at one end of the straw and the other end of the straw, it doesn't have any insulation in between or any, I can't explain it, I'm not that smart. Anyhow, you get the gist of this. Now I bought this one too. Like I said, I bought a whole bunch of them. This one's a moisture meter by digital moisture meter. You don't want to get one that doesn't have an automatic power off. I know that. You'll eat your batteries alive. They're all made in the same place. Well, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, that one is. Yeah, that one is. They're all made in the same place. This one's like the other one. You got to figure out what kind of wood you got, and I kept forgetting which one I got, so I wrote it in the back. I think probably the reason I don't use this one is because I don't feel like putting batteries in it. Here's all the different things it can do. There's all sorts of goofy stuff that it can do. This tells you your different woods. I think you'll probably find that I don't know, ash isn't very hard compared to oak. I don't know, it dries a lot faster. I don't know, I would think that more dense the wood or the heavier the wood per square inch, the higher it would be. This is another one I got. This came with the guy gave it to me. Neighbor bought a central boiler. I think this one cost all of $5. I think it's got I can't see. It probably says in here somewhere what the batteries are in it. I think they're SR44s or LR44s, little button batteries. I'm not sure. Pretty big thing on it. Wood, SR, yeah, here it is. LR44, that's what I thought. That's the little button batteries. I think it takes 4 of them. So that's probably why the batteries went dead. I don't use it. You know, that just kind of gives you an idea. But I think, I'll tell you what, when I had all, like 6 of them together, they all give you a different reading. You know, that's just the way I think you're going to get with any of them. I can't get a place where anything focuses in because of the way the light is. But this is the one that I had. It's that's the name of the place. That's the phone number. They're in Nevada. And you can find them if you punch in AccuMaster moisture meter with this number, with that number on into Google, and then show images. They'll show a lot of images. They even have videos of this particular one, and that's the one I go to. I don't know if it's because the batteries last longer or why. You just turn it on with a button here, and I don't know if you can see those. Now it's coming up, and because I don't have any wood in it, but you can make it come up. Like I said, you can. Oh, I guess I had it upside down too. You can check it because this one here says, flip it upside down, says 18 to 20. So if you do it, if you can see it, it's right on 19. Then this one here says over 44, and you'll see it go all the way up. And if I can hold that right, you can hit it. I think all of them you can hit a hold button, and see it'll hold it up there. So anyhow, that's just a quick rundown on moisture meters. Good luck on getting one that you like. They almost all tell the temperature. I think the temperature changes the moisture too, the density of the atmosphere or something like that. Excuse me. So that's the pile of moisture meters I got. That one. And you know, Jeffrey's got one that's a real high end. I mean, like a $600 or $700 one that you kind of banging in the wood, and some people just click the wood together, and if it sounds dry. Some of that wood that I was looking at the other day out of that big oak tree that came down, that stuff looked dry. But man, I was hitting some of it once I got up to about 6 or 7 inches, 8-inch rounds, some of that stuff, that was running in the 35% moisture content. So even though it was bone dry on the outside, you just get an inch inside of it, and it was going real high. And you know, you've seen me dry out a lot of wood. You know, that hickory that's out there, man, let me think. It started out at 686 and is now to, I think, 490. So if you subtract the one number from the other, that's pounds, and then divide it by 231, that'll tell you how many gallons are in that 1/10 of a quart of hickory. So, but I've also found out with the moisture meters, say you come out with some kind of moisture meter, that almost all the wood, if it's out in a pretty good place to dry, with a roof over the top, 75% of your moisture is out in the first 30 or first 3 months. So at that point, you're going to be waiting 2 years for another, you know, 10%, 15%, no, less than that. It's losing 75% of its moisture in the first 3 to 4 months. Okay, I've also found that wood loses a lot more moisture in the wintertime when the humidity is so low, when it goes down to freeze and then comes up and stuff like that. I think my wood loses a lot more moisture then. If you stack the wood up this way instead of flat, it loses it faster too, but that's pretty daggone hard to stack a whole pile of wood. But in those baskets that I got, those wire baskets that I got, a lot of times I'll stack the wood if I'm in a hurry or something like that, or in a hurry to dry it. I'll stack it standing up, and it does dry faster that way. I guess because the moisture can, maybe gravity feeds it down. I got no idea why. And if you stack it like this way, this way, this way, this way, and you know, like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, where it's got more, it seems it dries a little bit faster that way too. I guess maybe because it's not a blanket on top of each other. You got, when you put it this way, then put it this way, I guess there's openings through it, so it just gets more air. Airflow is pretty important, but in the greenhouse there's no airflow in there, and that stuff just dries fast. Also for drying wood, you want some fast drying wood. If it's clean enough wood to bring inside, stack it in your house, because right now the humidity in my house is running probably around 10%, and there's nothing that the wood wants more than you need moisture in your house, so why not give it up to your house? Generally some of the nicer woods, if you got cherry or some nice oak, or actually I kind of like the smell of it, and so it's nice to have in the house, and it will dry real fast in the house, let me tell you. When you get into these nights where the temperature is really changing the density of the moisture in the air, it'll dry really fast. So the fastest way to dry wood is bring it in your basement and in the conditioned space. And so anyhow, that's kind of it on the moisture meter. This is, like I said, the one few people asked me, so I figured I'd put a video on for them. I didn't get outside and do too much today. Hopefully, it's supposed to be icy and rainy tomorrow, so who knows what's going on. It was just starting to dry out, then all this crap came in again. So anyhow, that's it for this one. I hope you liked it. I hope it was helpful. I can't give you any good clues on moisture meters. You know, oh, I forgot, maybe I said it. Stanley has one that looks almost identical to this right now that I saw. I think this one here was about 50 bucks. So these other ones were, you know, 20 bucks. That one was $5.95. I think these two were about 20 bucks. You know, get a couple of them. I mean, they're not that expensive. It's going to hurt you. I mean, if you're really that interested in finding out what it is. And but like I said, no two of them gave the same answer. They're all floating up and down probably by 5%. So that's a heck of a lot too. But if you check your wood at the beginning of your drying season, you can check the wood later with the same moisture meter. You know how much percent you came down. So that might be a way to help you out if you don't have it, or you can check it with maybe a real good woodworker. You might know somebody that has an excellent wood shop that would have a real high dollar moisture meter, and go do half a dozen pieces of wood at his place and half a dozen with his moisture meter, half a dozen with yours, and see how much it's variance. And just at that point, then you say, oh, if I'm off 3 degrees or 3% on this one, this one, this one, and this one, then the machine's off 3 to his high one, but you don't know his high one's right either. So how do you know? But this one here, it checks itself. You know if it's on the money for what it's saying. So that's what I like about that one. And the Stanley one, what did I say, Snap-on? I think it was Stanley. Also has the little test ports on the end. See the test ports? So anyhow, that's it. I'm rambling on, which I do too much all the time. Glad you were here. I hope this is helpful to some people out there. If you really want to look back, I know in past movies I've done this when all these things were working and showed that they had goofy ranges and stuff like that. But like I said, I was looking for the last hour on my old movies, and I can't find it. And another thing, you might want to just go back and view some of the old movies. Some of those are right interesting. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you now. Bye-bye.